One, two, three.
That'll be good enough. Good enough.
I think that's good enough for government work.
Good enough. All right, we're done for the day.
I think that was
All right. So
time to go here.
We are live. Not really.
I don't know what that
we are
was.
semi-live. Oh,
Yeah.
I thought we were going.
No, we're going.
Oh, all right. Yeah, so we are
I
semi-live.
was trying to line this, but
Oh, there we go.
there
we go.
Apparently the intro music played. I'm still
There we
learning
go.
this whole podcast thing.
There we go. Let's hit the intro music, and then we'll go ahead. All right. Executive podcast. Podcast number one.
Dry run number one.
Dry one number one. Official podcast number one.
Yeah, I didn't talk into a microphone the last one,
Yeah.
so
we had some technical difficulties.
my voice was not heard.
We had some technical difficulties on our last one.
And definitely have many things to say here, so...
Oh, yeah, we got a lot to get into and only 1 hour to do it.
Yeah, but, I think we should start off, let the people know. Let the
yeah.
people know who we are, what we represent,
Yeah.
what we want to do,
Represent.
what we want to talk about.
Yeah.
What do you want to,
well,
enchant
this is,
their ears with?
This is the executive podcast. We're not really going to be doing any intros like this except for this one.
Yeah.
I'm Mike. With me is my fabulous co-host, Jared. Honestly, we're just wanted to do a hobby where we just get together, hang out, and talk about things that interest us. So that's what we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I think
Is that good?
I mean, I think you nailed exactly why we're talking together. Yeah. I mean, you and I drink a lot together.
Yeah.
We golf a lot
Yes,
together.
yes,
we
indeed.
have a lot of conversations. Mm-hmm. And,
Yeah.
I think if some people were listening to it, they'd laugh. They'd get some insight. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's the main thing. We're just, two regular people just trying to, figure out
what to do in this quarantine.
This is, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, this is crazy times we're living in. So, all right. So
Here we are.
Jared.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Oh, just went to Galena, Illinois
Oh,
for
yeah,
a golf
yeah,
trip
yeah,
this
yeah,
weekend.
yeah. All right.
Home of Ulysses S. motherfucking Grant.
Yeah.
I saw that house and I was like, God damn, I was just at the fucking battlegrounds of was it the
Petersburg.
home front or the
hometown?
The capital of the South?
Oh, yeah. We just went on a trip like 2 or 3 weeks ago to Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah.
And we also went to a Civil War battle there, Petersburg, where Grant was the principal Union commander at the time.
Yeah, it was did not know that happened. Did not know that. It was like a very crucial part of why, America is the way it is right now. Oh, it's pretty fucked up, but, there's no slaves.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I just read, you saw it. I bought a 900-page biography of Grant.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I finished with the Civil War, and then I was like, I don't really need to know.
Was he president during the Civil War?
No, so he was the lieutenant general, and he was the commander of all Union armies at the end. At the beginning, obviously, he worked his way up through the ranks. And, he is like, in my mind, he's one of the top 5 greatest Americans who has ever lived.
Wow.
And, not to derail the subject, but, like, that's why I personally am... It's a travesty, I think, that people are tearing his statues down and defacing his, because they don't understand the history of U.S. Grant. Like Frederick Douglass, who was he was an ex-slave abolitionist, one of the country's first abolitionists.
We are war buffs, Mike.
Yeah. See, there you go, war buffs. Yeah,
I'm a war buff too.
Yeah, all right. Yeah,
just not civil. Vietnam.
Yeah, you know a lot more about Vietnam than I do. That's 100% true. But yeah, Frederick Douglass was the one who said he's like Lincoln proclaimed the slaves free. But it was Grant who guaranteed it. Yeah. Like, Grant brought the sword, according to Frederick Douglass, that freedom. Like, Lincoln just said it. Like, you're all free now.
But
Grant
if it wasn't for Grant, Lincoln wouldn't be able to do it. Yeah,
exactly. Grant was the one who did it. And he was one of the people who was definitely trying to get black soldiers into the Union Army. Mm-hmm. And, like, over 400,000 black soldiers served in the Union Army fighting for their own freedom. And now you got people today trying to tear down his statue. It's just like it kind of makes me a little bit angry.
Would you be mad if they changed the name of Grant Park?
Yeah, I would. Are they Have you heard anything?
No, I haven't, but that's who it's named after.
I mean, the thing about it is he did own a slave for a year. So his father, who was a Colonel Dent, was a Southern sympathizer. And Grant had no money before the war. He was dirt poor. And so at one point, his father-in-law, rather, not his father. His father was an abolitionist. His father-in-law gave him a slave. Mm-hmm. And
that's not good.
No, it's not. It's not. I mean, look, the guy's not perfect. Nobody is. He had him for a year, and he freed him in 1859. Yeah, 2 years before the Civil War, he freed the slave.
Did he even treat him like shit or anything?
No, not at all. I mean, from all accounts, his slave was treated well. I mean, he was he still was owned.
Still a slave.
Exactly. Right? But then again, look, it's 1861.
Yeah, there's a lot worse people out there that did a lot worse things.
Exactly. And not only that, I heard one interesting argument that, like I said, Grant was dirt poor. Mm-hmm. And I mean, this is free labor. And he said him free anyway.
Together.
Exactly. Yeah. He set him free anyway. And it just shows his like evolving views at the time. That he became an abolitionist even before the Civil War started. It's
a very touchy subject, but I mean,
it totally is.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think they want to tear down the statue? Is it because of that slave, or is it because I don't know? He was involved in the Civil War.
I'll tell you exactly why. I think it has nothing to do. It's the same reason why people want to take down statues of Thomas Jefferson and George Washington. It has nothing to do with like police brutality or whatever people claim the riots are about.
Social injustice.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with social justice or social injustice. I think it's honestly just to take very serious axe swings at the foundation of the United States.
To tear down its core,
essentially? Exactly. I mean, if you destroy a nation's history, you don't have a nation anymore.
We don't have much of a history either.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. We only have 200 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's why...
we have a pretty fucked up a majority of the 200 years.
Oh, yeah. But we've also done a lot of good things.
We have.
In 200 years.
We have.
And I think that... And not only that, I mean, in my opinion, you put up statues. I think it's different with Confederates. I really don't care about Confederate statues. Take them all down for as much as I care.
No point.
Yeah. But the fact is you put statues up to people for the good things that they did, not the bad things that they did.
Yeah.
Like, I heard an interesting argument that, like, 200 years from now, you think people are going to look back and view us as, like, the epitome of morality? like, oh, man, early 21st century America was perfect. They were perfect. Like, no, they're going to look like... I've heard people say that meat eating, people are going to look back and they're going to say they knew that they were hurting these animals. They knew people were vegetarians, and yet Barack Obama's eating a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Like
no, Donald Trump's eating...
And Donald Trump loves fast food. Like, are they going to tear statues down of every person who ate meat in 200 years?
Promoting a corporation that...
Oh, yeah.
Fucks up tons of animals a year.
Oh, yeah. And look, I'm not a vegan or a vegetarian. I love
my
cheeseburger, man.
You know me and you hit the place with the burritos and the place with the chicken that has a fruit associated with its name. Quite a bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're all about it. Yeah. We're all about it.
And the bear too, associated with its name, and it's fast.
Yeah, multicolored.
But the bear is slow.
Multicolored.
Yeah, it's.
It eats bamboo.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's quick.
I hope they get this.
Yeah, I know. We're trying to avoid saying corporate names because we don't want to get sued.
I mean,
is it unlikely? Yeah, but
I mean, I think the fact that you said that word, they'll just listen for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh, we got
him.
Run, bitch, run for your life.
Run, bitch, run for your life. Get help. Thank you, Dave. I love your show.
Thank you, Dave.
What's going on with TikTok, bro?
Oh, dude. I mean, you and I have been adamant non-TikTokers. Mm-hmm. I won't lie. I was a big Vine guy. I don't know if you ever watched Vine. I was I'm
familiar with it.
Big Vine guy. Spent way too many hours every night just watching 7-second videos.
Yeah.
And it disappeared, and I was just like, what the... Like, it was like Facebook disappearing. I didn't know what to do with my time. I had to readjust the life. This is the times we live in. And then TikTok came out. It's like music based. It was more for the younger generation.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not saying I'm part of the young generation whatsoever with Vine, but the kids on there were like 15, 16. I just felt uncomfortable watching it. And then it's apparently a Chinese-based company, right?
It is a Chinese-based company.
And I feel like any Chinese-based company where they have access to your camera roll, to your videos, to your audio, to your 5 cameras that you have on your phone, the 3 microphones, the speakers. I mean, I wouldn't want a Chinese company to have control of that. So I read this article in the New York Times that Donald Trump said...
Fake. I'm just kidding.
You know what, Michael?
Wrong.
I'm not even
No. Go ahead.
That he would permit the use of TikTok if it was associated with a U.S.-based company. And that if it wasn't by a certain deadline, he would effectively end the company. And I had 2 questions in regards to that. Was how do you end a Chinese-based company as a U.S. president? And B, why does Microsoft teaming up with them make any fucking difference?
Yeah. Well, the first thing is he's not trying to end it. He's threatening to make it illegal to operate within the United States.
Like India did, but it's...
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Exactly like India did. Yeah. So that's the first thing. And so his compromise position is that if you divest your interest in, the Chinese portion of it, then and Microsoft is apparently looking at it, then you can continue to operate in the U.S. So if whoever is the stakeholders of the company sell to a U.S.-based company, then they can continue operation. I mean, from what I've heard, the Chinese government is opposed, but the people who do own the company are in favor of doing it. Like, I think the owner has even offered to forego his share to make the buying price cheaper.
I mean, what do you think the buying price on a company?
Oh, I mean, it's the fastest growing social media platform in the world right now.
Get like $2 billion offers.
I mean, Bill can afford it. Bill Gates can afford it.
Yeah,
but no, I think it'd be a good acquisition, and I wouldn't be so hostile to TikTok if they were owned by an American company.
Why would Microsoft want to buy that company?
The same reason that Facebook bought Instagram.
Can you Microsoft TikTok? Like, can you Microsoftize? Can you add that as an app to your Microsoft Surface?
I would guess, right?
I mean, you can, but like,
how comfortable is Apple going to be though? Having a Microsoft app.
Apple might throw a bit in there.
They might, yeah.
Old Timmy Apple might.
Yeah, goddamn Tim Cook.
Yeah, might throw his name in the hat.
But yeah,
there.
I mean, I was never comfortable with TikTok. No. I just assumed that the Chinese government was spying.
Me too, and because you assumed it so much, it like osmosis on.
Yeah, I may have poisoned
effect
you.
onto me. Yeah.
I mean, look, they say that. I mean, Jared and I are both in tech. We both are in tech sales, and they say that data is the new oil. That's an expression I've heard. And if you got, I think right now there's 100 million users just in the U.S. And I mean, that's a lot of data. I mean, they can throw that into some kind of like machine learning algorithm and program friggin' ads or change the way that you think and like do crazy stuff. Like one of the biggest things was that Trump has accused TikTok of promoting Chinese propaganda, of the Communist Party. Mm-hmm. Whether or not that's true, who knows?
How do you do that through
I guess it would be like something favorable to the party. You could promote it, like make sure it shows up in people's feeds,
just like
in YouTube. Yeah, like in YouTube, certain videos are promoted, so users are more likely to see certain videos.
True. That's true.
So they're probably like make a 20-minute video. Yeah, of like Mao is great or something, or like Xi Jinping is the best, and like they just start promoting it. Yeah,
that's funny.
I could see that. I could see him doing that. easily.
I mean, a lot of kids do it.
Yeah.
Including a lot of people we know. I was very surprised someone my age, when I was on this golf trip this past week, and I was looking through TikTok videos, and I was like, wow.
Well, it's like purposefully addictive. Like, it hits those dopamine centers in your brain.
I mean,
you know?
You thought your local Piggly Wiggly could connect or collect your data spending patterns?
Yeah.
Your purchasing spending patterns?
They can.
No, this company.
This company is like 10 times.
No, like when your next haircut will be.
I mean, look, everybody's had that situation where like they're thinking like, man, like I really want like a Big Mac. Mm-hmm. And then you pop up Facebook and all of a sudden you got like a Big Mac ad.
Yeah. You just like think it.
Yeah.
Maybe even say it audibly.
No, you don't even say it at all. You just think, and because like, and I've heard people say like, it doesn't read your mind. Like that's a common like misconception. But it predicts behavior. Like every Tuesday at 3, like you get a Big Mac. So then at 2 o'clock, it'll pop up. Facebook will pop up a McDonald's ad.
That's nuts.
Yeah, like and so that's why I was told people like, dude, don't get on TikTok, bro. You're gonna be coming out like waving the Chinese flag and like saying how good the revolution is going to be.
Hopefully SpongeBob is around with his shredding guitar skills.
Oh, he'll be around. Don't worry. He would never abandon us. It's impossible for him to abandon us. Man. Yeah, man. So yeah, that's my Microsoft TikTok thing that I was talking to you before we got to this here. And like, first of all, we talked about that, but why Microsoft? That's a better question. I could only speculate. I have literally Apple no clue.
Not want anything to do with it?
I have literally no clue. Honestly, I have no clue. It's all I have is the rumor.
Yeah.
That Microsoft is considering it. And I mean, I think that's a good buy for Microsoft, in my opinion. I mean, because fastest growing social network in the United States. I don't think in the world, but in the United States, fastest growing social network. It could go the way of Vine, where they just like implode. But I think there's a small chance of that.
I don't think Vine imploded. It's just like the guy got offered so much money, he turned it down, and it just disappeared. I don't know what happened.
I don't either, to be honest.
It
with
like
you.
just disappeared overnight.
I
don't
know
all these
what
Vine
happened.
stars. They had to go to YouTube, and then TikTok was created.
Yeah, I remember seeing Vine guys.
And that's
on
how
YouTube.
Jake Paul, Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Like,
they were Vine people.
Yeah, they were.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I know that.
Yeah, so Jake and Logan Paul, for people who don't know, are two very famous YouTubers, and apparently they started on Vine.
You should definitely not look them up.
Yeah, don't look
up the Executives podcast soon to come.
That's right. Check us out on YouTube. Don't check them out.
Check out my dad's band, The Mentally Ill, Gacy's Place.
Oh, there you go.
Good band.
There you go. Good
band.
Great band. Good plug.
Yeah.
I like that. Like that. Good plug.
I don't know. It's funny. It's Chicago punk rock of the early 80s.
Early 80s punk rock.
There was a huge early 80s punk rock scene.
Nice.
He went to college in Boston. Worked as a bouncer out there at a punk rock club. So he met a lot of the punk rockers, like the original ones. And then just started singing. Like, they thought it was a joke at first. Like, punk rock sound, like, oh shit, this is real. And basically just came up with these just gnarly sounding riffs, and my dad just screaming into the microphone. And it became like an iconic sound.
There you go, man. Yeah, there you go.
So it's one of the first records was called Gacy's Place.
Okay.
And a lot of songs are about John Wayne Gacy.
Oh yeah, you told me about this.
Like did to little boys. It's pretty fucked up.
That's messed up.
Maybe
I'm sure it's good.
Guys,
I'm sure it's good music, but
that's it's an acquired taste.
All right,
for sure. I mean, it's music. I
mean,
music is music. I mean, they made it 80s, 40 years. They toured last year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Gacy's Place. That's crazy.
So, yeah, they actually sent a couple albums to him in prison. They sent a copy of the album to
dude.
I think it was Eisenhower at the time.
The president? In 84, that'd be Reagan.
Reagan?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was his wife.
They sent some to Nancy Reagan?
Yeah, they sent album to Nancy Reagan. So they would go into stores and they instead of stealing albums, they would take the albums, they put them in the stacks instead of stealing.
So they'd give them
they'd reverse steal. They'd be like, we don't have this on record, but sure, go take it.
Yeah, all right. I guess that's one way to get your name out there, right?
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Just put it like, all right, we're going to go into this music shop and just put a bunch of our records in there.
Yeah. Can't do that with iTunes.
Yeah, right? No, you can't. Yeah. What'd you call him, Timmy Boy? You got Tim Apple? That's what it was.
Timmy Apple?
You got Timmy Apple now. He's not going to let that.
Trump's the one that started that, Tim Apple. I mean, how do you botch that?
Tim Apple?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it was a joke.
I don't think it was.
You don't think it was a joke?
I think it was
it sounds like a joke, dude.
You have a lot of faith in this guy. Almost as much faith as Joe Biden.
I don't know if I'd say faith, but come on. It sounds like a joke. Tim Apple sounds like a derogatory name.
Why would he derogatory name him right in front of his face?
Because he hates him. That's why. Trump's a dick. That's why, dude.
I guess they are making a lot of product in China.
Yeah, dude, he's a dick.
Or China.
China.
We're gonna edit that one.
Yeah, we're gonna no. We're keeping that in. Yeah, man. I mean, did you see the Ricky Gervais, Golden Globe speech?
Maybe.
So yeah, he in last year, I think in like November timeframe, he did the Golden Globes. He hosted the Golden Globes, and he just like shit all over like Hollywood, made fun of everybody.
Like Weinstein.
Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, and of course Tim Apple, because he was there because the morning show.
Yeah, because Apple TV.
Apple made this TV Plus whatever this show called The Morning Show.
Great show.
It's an okay show.
I never watched the whole thing.
It's okay.
I like For All Mankind, but we'll save.
We'll
save that for another time because I know you have different opinions about it.
I do have some thoughts on that. We can get into that. But anyway, so Ricky Gervais, if you haven't seen it, for those of you listening, go like just YouTube Ricky Gervais Golden Globes. It's hilarious. But basically he's like, look, all of you guys here talking to Hollywood say that you're woke. You say you're woke, but if ISIS had a streaming service, you'd all call your agent. And he's like just look at the companies you work for. He's like Apple, Microsoft, or he's like Microsoft, Amazon, and he's like Apple has that's what he says. He was like about the morning show. He's like, the morning show is about keeping your dignity in like a modern newsroom made by a company that has sweatshops in China. I was like, oh shit.
Yikes.
And Tim Cook's face was stone. He showed no emotion. He showed no emotion at all. I mean, because what can you do? Because it's true.
I've been to those factories.
Yeah,
and
I heard they're not as bad as people say, but they're not.
They're not. I mean, I haven't been there in probably 15, 16, actually, no, like 20 years. Mm-hmm. And last time I was there, I mean, you live there 9 months out of the year.
Yeah.
When I was there 20 years ago, you got paid 50 cents an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the working conditions wasn't like you were like sweating. Like,
yeah.
There's
modern
AC,
sweatshop.
There's lights. There was it wasn't a cafeteria in China. It's big wok that they cook shit in.
Nice. Got orange chicken.
You got meal breaks. There's no suicide nets around or anything.
They got orange chicken.
I think it was fried rice that day.
Oh, all right.
I was about
not bad.
12.
Not bad. But no, I heard they're not as bad.
No. They had armed guards, so if you tried to leave, they'd kill you. But it wasn't too bad.
It's not perfect, but it's not.
Yeah, and there's some machines I was looking at. They're like, there's like 3 guys that lose their thumbs on this one. But I can see like making the same phone like 300,000 times a year, or whatever it is, just monotony for.
You blow your brains out.
Yeah. I don't know how people do that.
I don't either. I mean, I worked in I wouldn't call it a factory. It was more of a distribution center. Mm-hmm. That all I did was I took the boxes out because the stuff was made in China. So I took the stuff out of the box, I would put it into like the American packaging, and then I'd put the American packaging into a larger like UPS box, and that's all I did all day.
Put that more expensive sticker on it.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So like I take it out of the box, put it in a smaller box, and then put those smaller boxes into a UPS box, and that's all I did all day. I mean,
that's all automated.
It's crazy. I mean, it could be automated. Like maybe it's automated now. That was probably like 8-9 years ago.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I was in high school at the time, but
I mean, that was just moving things from boxes.
Yeah.
Imagine like just looking through a microscope at like a circuit board. Like here's a phone. Here's a phone.
Like being in quality control. Yeah. And just like you don't even do anything. You just look for mistakes all day. You just sit there. And you just stare.
I mean, I could do that like a Rolls Royce factory, a Bentley factory, where I'm like, okay, like there's no scratches. Wood trim looks good. Wood grain looks good. But like looking at a phone, like okay,
yeah, I don't give a crap.
Turns
about
on. It's not set up for signal yet, but it looks like it'll get signal. All right, we good.
I mean, it's great. Some of those factories are like,
but if they didn't exist, we wouldn't be. I don't think we'd be talking on this.
Probably not. That was probably made in China.
I don't
Looking
think
at
so.
our mix board.
I think
it was like Switzerland or like Sweden or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Only the best
damn
for us.
Swedes. That's probably why we got it at IKEA.
Yeah. We were getting meatballs and we saw podcast gear.
Dude, do they have meatballs at IKEA? I thought it was just like furniture there.
Are you
Dude, I've never actually been
kidding me?
in an IKEA. I have no plans to go in an IKEA.
Okay,
dude.
so
let me ask you this. All right, before you answer, let me ask you this. What can you get at IKEA that you can't get at Target?
Swedish meatballs.
Are you sure? Dude, I bet they got frozen Swedish meatballs at Target, bro.
I
bet they do. Dude, I bet they do. All right, here we go, folks. We're gonna find out if Target sells frozen Swedish meatballs. I guarantee they do. They have to. Dude, they have to. I bet I've seen them. Oh, McCormick, there it is. $149. Oh, there you go.
Right.
Yeah, buddy.
Wait. All right, so you get frozen.
Yeah, buddy. IKEA. All right, so they
first thing you look at this. The first thing that happens.
It's Swedish.
Yeah.
It's not
so
Swedish
imagine the quality difference. If the first thing you Google on IKEA.
All right, fine, fair enough.
Swedish meatballs.
Fair enough.
Look at these. I mean.
Well, yeah. What the hell's that red stuff though? What is that?
Lingonberry jam.
What the fuck? What? Are you serious?
Bro.
Dude, what the hell?
And then it comes with the Allenmannstraten.
Oh my god, that's so weird.
It's a gravy like cream sauce. I mean, these people go just to IKEA. It's like a furniture shop for Swedish kind of furnitures, Swedish named furnitures, and eat these meatballs.
You can pay me to go.
You've never been to an IKEA?
I've never been to an IKEA. I have no desire to go to an IKEA.
I'm going to take you to an IKEA. It's really fun. It's fun. Yeah.
All right. Fine.
Okay. It's a little overwhelming. Okay. But there's no inventory shelves of like shit up. Yeah. It's all like modeled out. Like here's your bedroom set. Here's your kitchen set area. Like it's all modeled out. They have all these different like Swedish sounding furniture names, but it's like really cool furniture.
Herkus.
Yeah, and then you get like this like pencil. You're like write in what you want.
Okay.
I don't know what the COVID like protocol is. You maybe just yell in Swedish.
Well,
something. I want it, Chad.
Well, interestingly, Sweden is one of the very few countries in the world that did no lockdown at all. They did not lock down and
they have 0 cases.
They put in no restrictions. They had some, but it's not any more. It's not any higher or lower. Like they're in the bell curve. They're in the middle of the bell curve. Like it's not higher or lower than any place else. Which just like I don't want to transition topics. Are you done with IKEA?
No, I'm not done with IKEA.
Oh, all right.
I haven't finished the adventure of IKEA.
Go ahead. And
so you walk in. So you walk in, right? And like you're like, what? Why do no one have carts? Like I thought it was a furniture store.
Yeah.
You walk around. You write what you want.
Wow. That's very nice. Oh, that's beautiful.
Write that down. Okay. And then you're like, wow. You know what? I've been walking a lot. I could use some meatballs. So you go up to the food court. It's usually the top level. And you order your meatballs. Maybe a Diet Coke. I don't know. Okay, whatever your preference.
All right. Yeah.
Eat your meatballs, Diet Coke. It's just enough. It's just enough so you can keep walking, but you're full.
But they serve it to you in the store. They give it to you in the store.
There's a food court in IKEA.
Yeah. In every IKEA?
Yeah.
No exceptions. Every IKEA.
Yes.
All right. I mean, look, I'm down for some Swedish meatball.
And then you finish up your shopping. Here's where it gets fucked up, though.
Okay.
Here's where it gets fucked up.
You got your list.
You got your list, right? Everyone's checking out. You're like, where the fuck, like, are the carts and shit? I haven't been to IKEA, so maybe I got the process reversed, but basically you give them the list, and then they send you to this fucking warehouse. You got to find all your shit that you picked out, and you got to put it onto a cart.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So, I mean, all the shit looks nice, like, upstairs. And you get to this, like, checkout area, and you check out, and then they're like, okay.
Oh, my God.
This is where all your shit is. Yeah. Or you could pay someone to, like, find it and bring it to your car. You can also pay someone to install it, because IKEA furniture is notoriously known for being difficult to install.
Even I have heard of that.
Yeah.
That it's, like, impossible.
But they basically send you on a scavenger hunt after you, like...
So the store is nice, but actually getting your stuff is kind of a pain in the ass.
Unless you have money to blow.
Pay somebody. Like, go get my shit, you stupid Swede.
Go pay my shit and don't fucking quarantine.
But yeah, I mean, Sweden didn't lock down at all. And their cases aren't, like I said, they're in the middle of the bell curve. And I've heard some counter arguments. I should say first, like, in my mind, that's all the proof that you need that all of this has been a gigantic fucking waste.
I don't know.
Yeah, and I've to play devil's advocate, I've heard some people be like, yeah, well, the thing you need to consider is that, I mean, Sweden has like 3 or 4 million people in it.
Yeah, exactly. My question before I was finishing my IKEA story was, what is the population per capita?
Per capita,
or what's the definite? What's the term?
Like density, you mean?
Yeah, the density.
I mean, yeah, it's like 3 or 4 million people in Sweden. So I mean, it's like Chicago, basically. The city of Chicago,
in Sweden.
is Sweden. This city is Sweden.
But how big is Sweden?
I mean, it's. I wouldn't say it's huge, but it's probably bigger than California, but not as big as the West Coast.
That's a pretty big area.
Yeah.
I mean, California's got a lot of people.
Oh yeah, California's got like 36 million people.
So I mean, I feel like there's a lot of fresh air out there. You know, being outdoors, there's not a lot of people.
That's true.
I don't know. I've never been to Sweden. I can't make any assumptions.
Yeah, and I mean, they don't really have a lot of big cities.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that's true. That could be, going against my point. But I guess that. I mean,
it's a shit show here, man. You get spikes, you get raises. It's
although I hear Florida's and Arizona's going down again.
Really?
Whether or not that's true.
Where are you getting your news from?
I heard, dude, I get all my news from YouTube, bro.
Tim Kennedy?
Tim Pool, bro.
Or Tim Pool.
Tim Pool. All my news. Check him out, Timcast. He's cool, man.
Yeah.
He's cool, man.
Yeah. I hear you like him. He's like Joe Rogan at 1.5 speed.
He's a good dude. No, I think that, I mean, look, I have a lot of criticisms. I'm sure we'll talk about him more. But I have a lot of criticisms of modern journalism and modern media in general, on the left and right. But Tim Pool is one of the few journalists I can say that, like, he will honestly tell you a story. He's wrong sometimes. It's rare, but he's been wrong. But he's never lied. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't lie.
No.
And I feel like a lot of modern journalists and media either lie or intentionally mislead, which I guess is the same thing as lie. But like, that's why I personally like him, because I just like, look, man, I don't know how you feel. For me, it is so hard to know what's actually true.
Yeah,
because like, you can go online and type in like Donald Trump throws first pitch at a baseball game, and you'll have Fox News saying that Donald Trump threw 95 miles an hour and is a perfect strike.
I don't think this is North Korea, Michael.
Right? but you see the point I'm getting at, and then CNN will be like, Donald Trump, he threw that first pitch and it was like 20 miles an hour, and it was like way outside. Like we have no idea how anybody could even throw like that.
Yeah, okay.
You see what I mean?
I see your point.
Like, it's literally, I honestly think, I don't know what to believe, man. Like, I hear a story, and I instinctively reject it. Like, I have to double-check every story. Because, like, I don't believe anything that anybody tells me. Like, at least on the internet.
That's why I watch C-SPAN. Whether it's in session or not. It's an empty room.
Yeah.
Or there's people in the room.
I mean, at least you're getting it straight from the source, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. At least you're getting it straight from the source. Yeah. I mean, there's been too many stories that, like, everyone was like, can you believe this happened?
A recent story that I've seen was when they were going after the statue of Columbus in Grant Park, and how, the alleged protesters had alleged weapons with them.
Yeah.
So they're holding these big signs up with, 6-7 foot PVC pipe sections held together by joints.
Yeah.
And then that's what they would use to hold the banners up. And they were walking in a formation, maybe like 20 meters, 30 meters. I don't know why I'm going metrics here.
I know, right? Yeah, what the hell?
I'm too used to Call of Duty Warzone here, calling out my pings. But 20, 30 yards like long. Yeah. And then they got to the statue, and they took that PVC apart and started breaking it, and like breaking it on their knees, and like creating spears and like weapons.
Yeah.
And then they also had people with paper bags just handing out sharpened PVC pipes to like throw at the cops. Yeah. So I feel like militias are starting to be formed.
Yeah.
Not only, we've seen it westward?
West Coast.
Westward.
Yeah.
Westworld.
Yeah, Westworld. Yeah.
But
no, it's a crazy time.
But I was watching the video. I was watching the video. It was like the Chicago CPD like officially released the video that like the superintendent was talking about, and basically showing like close-ups of people with paper bags full of just PVC sharpened pipe like projectiles,
shrapnel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine if you're a cop just trying to like do your job, defend a statue, and you're getting fucking weapons thrown at you.
It's crazy.
I mean, that's militia. Like you purposefully, are creating a blockade. Yeah. And then you use that blockade to create weapons.
I mean, I would describe it more as insurrectionists than militia.
Insurrectionists.
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Well, because I mean, look, I don't want
to. They're not joined. I feel like they might. They're not like a joined group of like people. I think they saw some people doing it. Yeah. And insurrected, and
they're Antifa, at least some.
Some, yeah.
I shouldn't say all, but definitely not.
But
all,
they're swaying.
Yeah,
they're swaying a lot of people around them with either money. I've heard.
No way.
I've heard money.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, what do they call that?
Like this Antifa person will go into like a cultural neighborhood and basically be like, "Yo, here's $20. Go smash that car window."
That's just like literally. Oh, I've seen a video of that.
Yeah,
literally, like it wasn't in Chicago, but I've seen a video of like this woman goes up to this car. There's like 4 white kids in this car, and this woman goes up to him and just starts screaming at him because like one of her buddies and like she was and her friend were both black, and one of her buddies like came up to her and told her like, "Hey, that guy in that car just offered me exactly like you said, just offered me like $20 to go smash this window."
Exactly.
And then she goes and was like, you don't live here. Like, you don't live in this neighborhood. What the hell are you doing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, this is my problem with Antifa, that it's not
they're not militia. Like, it's like
what I was gonna say is they're not freedom fighters, but more importantly, they're not coming from the neighborhoods that they protest in.
No.
They come from the suburbs. They're almost all white college-educated kids from the suburbs, and they go into these areas in the cities where they... Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry about it. So they go into the cities where these people live, and they just like smash windows. Sorry, I got a little thrown off. Jared's doing something over there.
Sorry, all right. Pizza.
All right, he's back. Oh, pizza. All right, we had to get pizza.
We'll fix that.
We're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to work on the. Because we're gonna have to step out from time to time, so I'm gonna have to work. I'm gonna have to work on my. I'm gonna have to work on my single party banter, I guess.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, like, so this woman, like, these Antifa people, they don't live in the neighborhoods that they come from or that they protest in. Mm-hmm. And they go there and they just, like, smash up the place because they don't give a shit. They don't live there.
No.
That's my biggest problem with them, I think.
Well, why are they doing it?
Well...
Is that just what they stand for? Is just fucking
I think
shit up?
that... No. I think there's two types of people in Antifa. There's... what Vladimir Lenin would call the useful idiots, and then there's the I wouldn't call them leaders, but there's people that are more in the know, right? So the useful idiots, yeah, they just want to smash shit. Like they'll do whatever. Like if somebody tells them, hey, like see that store right there, they didn't put a Black Lives Matter sign in their window. Go fuck it up. Yeah, go for it. There's the useful idiots like that, but then the people who are actually like running it, the philosophers behind it, because I can't think of a better word, the intellectuals behind it, they just genuinely do not like... They believe that the United States is an evil country, mm-hmm. and they are doing anything... Not just the United States, I shouldn't say that. All of Western civilization is evil and is built upon racism. That's what they believe.
Built upon racism towards themselves or towards the black community?
No, toward the black community. So it's built, every single major accomplishment of Western civilization is white supremacist, capitalist patriarchy.
And they're destroying black neighborhoods.
Yeah. That's their plan.
Are they idiots?
No. I think they're actually really smart. I think they're other than the people smashing the windows, the smart people like behind the scenes are not the ones smashing windows. They're not going to put themselves out there like that.
The media just wants to make them seem...
The media's on their side. 100%, in my opinion. They are the ones that are saying, like, look, these are peaceful protests. I saw a video of a dude standing in front of a burning building in Seattle saying, well, I mean... It's mostly been peaceful here. So I'm like, dude, you're in front of a burning building. You're actually in front of a burning building. It's like, yeah, it's mostly been peaceful. It's like, all right, whatever, bro. But that's the thing. Like, I think it's just genuinely they just dislike, and dislike is much too soft of a word.
Do you think they're taking advantage of the situation that's happening?
If you really cared about... police reform, you would ask for more funding for police and more training. Therefore, more training, I should say.
I would say if that funding was specifically aimed at training.
Yeah, and that's fine. We can do things like that. There's 1,000 things you can do.
There's 1,000 people, 1,000 groups trying to defund the police.
Defunding the police it's the clearest sign that the people asking for it, like I said, are in one of those two groups. They're either the useful idiots who just don't know, mm-hmm. or they just have bad intentions. Like
I've had a couple police encounters.
Yeah.
And I've seen very, very upstanding police, but I've also seen complete dicks that take advantage of the badge.
Oh, yeah.
Which is why I'm hesitant about agreeing with what you're saying.
Fair enough. Look, I would say, though, that the answer to that is not abolish the police.
I'm not saying...
Right?
They're not saying...
I
don't think you need to defund the police.
Mm-hmm. No, look...
I think you need to... Exactly. You need to fund the training. I mean, and you need to take a look at these dickheads.
Yeah.
like anyone who has any sort of record, like any sort of write-up, any sort of anything, you really need to have someone who knows what they're doing evaluate them and decide, is this person going to honor the pledge of the badge, or are they just going to fucking be a dick?
Yeah, I see what you mean, and I agree. I mean, look, because there are people who make genuine mistakes, and there are people who are just genuine bad people.
Yeah.
There are cops who get intoxicated. We've all seen it. Even in traffic stops, we've seen cops who just think they're fucking hot shit.
Yeah,
right?
Like calling the favor.
Yeah, look, there's, anytime you're in a position of power, there's going to be people who take advantage of it. Mm-hmm. That's just a fact of life. But the answer is the answer is not to just abandon enforcement of the law.
No, that would cause chaos.
Yeah, and it already is. Portland's doing it. Portland's abolishing the police.
I mean, how's it been since the federal troops have left?
See, this goes back to what I said, that I don't know what's true. Because I've heard some people say that, as soon as the feds left, all the riots died down.
Everything's fine as a building is on fire behind them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but then I've heard other people say that, no, it's way worse. It's way worse. But I do know for a fact that Seattle, the police department, sent out like an open letter to all Seattle residents saying that, look, we're not allowed to use our riot gear anymore. You're on your own. Like, holy shit, dude. Yeah, right? But then look, and then you got like, did you hear about, because you did the gun noise, did you hear about the McCloskeys in St. Louis? Mm-mm. So there's this family in St. Louis. They're called the McCloskeys.
Oh, they go outside their house?
There you go. Yeah. That's that family.
Okay.
That's that family.
Please explain.
So there was a situation, probably a month ago now, that there was a mob who was going to the mayor's house. But they came across, on their way to the mayor's house, they came across this family's house. Wealthy,
so I'm guessing
wealthy
they're in
family.
A pretty nice neighborhood.
Yeah, very nice
to the mayor's
neighborhood.
House.
Yeah, very nice neighborhood. Wealthy family actually had a gate around it, their house, and these protesters, rioters, excuse me, in my opinion, rioters. I should say, but they broke through the gate in front of their house, and they started yelling at this man and his wife, and so they both came out with firearms, and started yelling at him, and it has been pointed out correctly that they were not handling their firearms properly. That's true. Also not a crime.
No, just dumb move.
Yeah, they were very dumb. The woman actually did point.
She had like her finger on the trigger.
Yeah,
and not like,
the woman did actually point her gun at several people. The man never did. Also, though, actually that might be a crime, but
it is
not if you're on your own property. They have people.
That's true. What state was this in?
St. Louis. So there's
Missouri.
Yeah, Missouri.
Okay.
There's something called the Castle Doctrine as well.
I guess
so that if you're on your own property, you have the right to defend your home.
In Missouri only, or
no. That's like an English common law type thing.
What if you're in an apartment?
I don't know. I would assume yes, because it's still like, even though you don't own it, you still have it's still your. I guess you temporarily
domicile,
own it, right? Yeah, this is my own private domicile. I will not be intimidated. That's a Breaking Bad reference, there, folks. But no, so they came out. Yeah, they did things wrong, but they didn't do anything illegal, and they were eventually their weapons were eventually seized from them, like about a week later, and by the St. Louis Police Department, because the St. Louis DA was planning on prosecuting them.
For what?
I don't know the specific charge.
I'm sure. I mean,
look, if you're on your own property and you have literally 100 people screaming at you,
you're probably inciting some sort of violence or riot by that.
They broke onto your property, and you come out with a gun. And that's inciting violence?
Why don't you stay inside with a gun and wait for them to break in?
Wait for them to break it and screw that, bro.
Are you kidding me? They can meet a wall of lead the second they try and come in.
But so what's the difference between them standing on your yard
because
and going into your
house? They
house?
Don't know what's inside the house.
Yeah, but it's still your property. You still have the right to defend your yard.
Yeah, but you're kind of inciting, like, especially with everything going on. If you're pointing as a wealthy, white collar person or persons, if you're pointing guns at minorities, you're inciting something.
I would say, once again, I would first of all disagree. If 100 people broke into your place, whether or not you had a yard or not, and you said leave, and they said no, then you go get your gun, is that inciting? I would say
if
no.
I felt threatened for my life, yes.
I would.
I don't think they felt threatened.
The woman claims that they were shouting death threats at her. Look, I wasn't there. That's what she claims.
Yeah.
And not only that,
because if you're breaking into my house, then I know you're threatening.
Whether or not they felt threatened or not, I believe is irrelevant, because if someone's on your property, you have the right to expel them. And if they refuse to leave, you have the right to kick them off.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's the fact that...
I mean, if they have good lawyers, which I'm sure they do, I'm sure they do they're going to get their firearms back.
I'm sure. But yeah, their firearms were then seized by the St. Louis Police Department. About a week later, they came in and got them.
Yeah.
Look...
I mean, they didn't... I mean, they make a case to the NRA. Those guns are in their hands in 10 minutes.
I'm thinking, or I should say that, they definitely... I've seen the video and pictures. They definitely mishandled their firearms.
They did.
100%.
I mean, there's a lot of videos of people rightfully bearing arms and rightfully like
handling the weapons.
Weapons. Standing outside their stores defending it with ARs, but it's pointed down.
Exactly.
Finger is not on the trigger. Safety's on. They know how to handle their firearms, but then that is like. They're fucking Wild West, like waving pistols around with their fucking finger on the trigger. Yeah. Like if you barely touch that thing, you're gonna kill someone.
Yeah.
So I see it. I see your point of why the DA would be like, okay, I think you're not doing something illegal, but that could have ended very badly because you were mishandling your firearm.
It could have.
If she had just yelled a little bit, got a little more angry. I haven't seen the video, so I don't know if she was actually, in the safety position or ready to shoot someone. But if you're in this ready to shoot someone position and you fucking sneeze, you're shooting someone.
I mean, the safety was probably on. But even so, you're not supposed to hide. Unless you're planning on shooting someone, you're not supposed to have your finger on the trigger.
You don't even point it at someone.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't point on it. You don't point a weapon at anything you do not intend on killing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, but my point is that they were defending their property. And their weapons were illegally seized by the city government of the city of St. Louis. So I mean, that's why I'm saying it's a crazy time that we're living in. That it's hard to say are you even allowed to defend yourself anymore? If the morality
isn't
police,
that a constitutional right?
Oh yeah, it is. But if the morality police comes for you and you shoot somebody to defend your own life. You could still get arrested. It
depends on the times.
Yeah.
It
depends on the city.
Los Angeles riots. You got the I'm Asian, so I can say Asian other cultures. You got the Korean shop owners standing on top of their stores with sniper rifles.
Yeah, man. That's happened too here. Yeah. Not here as in Chicago, but this most recent round.
I'm sure it's happened
not
here
in the 90s.
Chicago.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. And look, respect to those guys, in my opinion.
If you are rightfully, you are not a felon, and you have the proper qualifications and certifications to
That's one
have
thing
a
I should
weapon
add.
in public.
The McCloskeys in St. Louis, didn't mean to cut you off, but all their rifles were 100% legally owned. I should add.
In Missouri, do you need a they're on their property,
so
it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway,
go on. In Chicago, you need a concealed carry. Yeah. You need, as long as you have all of that in place and you are not threatening someone's life without being threatened yourself, even though you have split seconds to decide, make that decision.
Yeah.
As long as you're doing that, I do not find anything wrong with that. But if you're McCloskying it and fucking, waving it around like Red Dead Redemption, there's a good chance it could go off. I mean, even if you're not trying to shoot anyone, if you're just trying to scare them away, They don't have guns. I mean, you don't know they have guns, but...
Exactly, you don't know. That's my thing. You don't know.
You don't have any guns pointed at you.
Yeah, that's true.
If you got a gun pointed at you, you fire back.
Yeah, 100% I would.
Yeah.
100%.
I don't know. It's a tough argument.
Yeah.
I'm making it tougher for you.
I was going to say, you are.
You think you have a steel trap.
I don't think it's a tough argument.
No, I do. They were handling those firearms in a very inappropriate manner.
Yeah, they were. But also, like, what do you do about what about the protesters who, like, illegally went onto their property?
Fire a warning shot.
I think that's illegal. I don't think you can fire a warning shot.
Despot,
baby. Despot, September 08. All right.
All right, well, on that note.
Moving on. I think we covered, like, the most depressing stuff that we could cover.
I mean,
our country's going to hell in a handbasket, folks.
We got Lori Lightfoot up here the whole fucking time. You know, she's the mayor of the great city of Chicago, building a city hall
that serves the people. She's building the new city hall?
No, she's trying to reconstruct it, I guess.
Oh, so that's a figurative building a city hall?
So someone I knew ran into Rahm Emanuel the other day.
Oh, yeah? What's he up to?
He was doing some shopping, and this person said that...
hey, Rahm, you suck.
No, this person said that Lori sucks. I wish you were backing off. And he's like, I agree.
Why didn't he... I don't think he ran, did he? Did he run for office
I
again?
fucking wouldn't.
He didn't. You don't think he ran?
I don't know. I wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he went through a lot of shit. Everyone's gone through
Rahm,
shit.
Yeah, I mean, I would rather have Rahm than Lori.
Probably just block her.
No,
she doesn't show up.
No. We love Lori. We love you, Lori.
Lori, we love you.
We're loyal. We're loyal citizens to Lori.
Yeah.
Lori Lightfoot.
We stay off the lakefronts.
Yeah, right. Stay off the lakefronts. I'm still amazed that, like, so when the COVID first started, right? She did that press conference.
Say the COVID,
right? She did that press conference. Sorry, the Wuhan coronavirus.
That might be a little racist.
See, I disagree with that very much. Is it not from Wuhan, and is it not a coronavirus? What about what I just said was inaccurate?
It was racist.
You son of a bitch. No, so when the COVID first started, she did a press conference. I was actually at your house at the time, your other place, and watching it, and she was laying down the ground rules for, like, the lockdown. And she was like, you will stay in your homes. That is an order. I'm like, who the fuck are you, lady?
No, she's fining us for breaking quarantine.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this is a crazy time we're living in, man. Like, I never thought that this could happen in the U.S. I didn't think the government had this type of power.
Which government?
Any city, state, federal, like,
that's true.
Like,
I mean, it's all been proven in all sectors of government.
Like, getting a fine for being self-quarantined. Like, what is that, dude? Like, if I want to go to Arizona and then I want to come back and get a cheeseburger,
you're gonna kill someone.
No, I'm not.
If you have corona, and there's an old person or someone who's at risk of getting dead from corona.
Yes. Yeah, this is a hard hill to stand on, but it's also an easy one because it's like, look, we have rights guaranteed to us by the Constitution.
Inalienable.
So, exactly. So if you tell me your opinion on this, this is an interesting question. If you decide to ignore, do you have a right to ignore COVID quarantine orders?
Yes.
You did.
But do you... Yes.
No, it's a tough question. I know. It's a very tough question. Could I say, if, like, in the scenario I just said...
But you're an asshole if you do it.
No, I agree. Bro, I'm with you, dude. I'm with you on that point. But do I have the right to say, screw your quarantine, I'm going to get a cheeseburger?
No, at 10 o'clock at night when the curfew is enforced, if you went to get a cheeseburger, you would be arrested. Yes,
I know that. I'm speaking more of the philosophical right as opposed to what Lori Lightfoot would do.
Oh, like in general, if someone tells you can't get a cheeseburger, can you get a cheeseburger?
Yeah.
In America.
Yes. Like
during a pandemic.
Not like, forget about what Lori's doing. I'm talking about like in the grand context of like how you interpret the Constitution.
Bro.
I know, dude.
I mean, there wasn't a pandemic going on when they were writing the Constitution.
There was in the Revolution, though. A lot of people don't know that. There was a pandemic during the Revolutionary War.
Okay, why didn't they write anything in the Constitution about it then?
Because it was fucking 1800 or 1700s. They had pandemics every fucking year. they're like, dude, this is a normal part of life.
Deal with it.
Yeah, just fucking deal with it. Exactly.
All right. Well, we're just gonna fucking deal with it.
Exactly.
Well, what was the question?
The question was, do you have the right as an American to ignore quarantine? Again, I agree with you. Caveat. You're an asshole if you don't take precautions.
Yes.
But do you have the right as an American to do that? Jared's a lawyer, by the way.
I mean, no, I'm not.
Just kidding.
I'm
just joking. I'm just joking. Go ahead. I know it's tough. That's why I'm asking you.
Because you're bound by state, local, and federal government. I mean, you're bound by the laws. Mm-hmm. If they put a law in effect that says you can't, then you can't. Mm-hmm. You know, if they put a law in effect that says you can't own a handgun, you can't own a fucking handgun.
My response to that would be laws get overturned all the time. Mm-hmm. There are illegal laws on the books.
Yeah.
So I'm asking you more like...
just philosophically,
yes.
like... No, fuck you. You can't tell me not to get a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I'm not going to be an asshole and go out there and sneeze on everyone getting a cheeseburger, but as a human being... if you want to get a cheeseburger, I'm getting hungry. If you want to get a cheeseburger and there's a quarantine in effect, you can get a fucking cheeseburger as a human being. Like, you're not...
I'm with you.
If you walk up to a cop and say, if I don't get this cheeseburger, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
And they say, well, you're going to jail. That's a violation of human rights. I mean,
I agree with that.
You know, it's not situational. It's not like if you're starving, if you're not starving. If you want a cheeseburger, you can get one. You're probably not going to have any. You're probably not going to have any luck getting a cheeseburger at 10 o'clock at night when there's a curfew in effect. Yeah. But if you want to go try and find one, you're more than welcome.
I mean, even a curfew, like, what would it be, 3 years old? Goddamn curfew? Were we in high school?
I mean,
3 was an exaggeration.
Were you 3 when you were in high school?
Yeah, what were we in high school, man? Like, have a curfew?
You had a curfew in high school, you loser?
Shut up. It was a soft curfew.
Yeah, okay, Mr. fucking private school.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I'm rich, bitch. Yeah. All right, Jared, we did an hour and 3 minutes.
I think we did pretty well.
I think we did
you know, if you like what we're doing here, please do try and follow us. We're on Twitter, Executives P2. As you can see, Executives Podcast. We're on YouTube as well, the Executives Podcast. We're on Facebook as well, somewhere, Executives Podcast. But if you want to reach out to us.
We're not on TikTok.
We are definitely doing dances on TikTok.
We're gonna have
every day.
If TikTok gets bought by an American company, I think I have to get on TikTok, bro.
This podcast will be about TikTok and us doing videos. So get ready for it. This is
only TikTok podcast.
Yeah. Really appreciate everyone listening to what we have to say here. Again, if you like it, support it.
Most definitely.
If you don't, leave your feedback. We're always open to that. We might delete your comments, and I might come and find you. But
no, we don't delete
it's
comments.
All right. But anyway, have a good day, guys. It's been nice chatting with you. Take it easy.
All right, we got the outro.